Hey y'all, this is Maria, your host of She Knows Her Story podcast. This is officially episode 3. The title of this episode is Losing Myself After Motherhood, or So I Thought. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can't believe we're already at episode 3, but we are here. God's glory, thank you. We're here. So today I will be solo. Next 2 weeks we will have a guest. So the reason why I coined this episode is losing myself after motherhood, or so I thought, because some parts of myself I did lose, but some parts of myself I found. And it's so beautiful and it's so interesting the way that happened. So, prior to me becoming a mother, I was in a long distance relationship with Nairobi's father. We ended the relationship when I was 4 months pregnant. And before then, before I was pregnant, I had my own home. I was in my corporate job probably about 5 years at that point. I was living, y'all. Like I said in episode 1, like I was traveling. I would be out almost every weekend. During the week, we would be out. It was so funny looking back on it. Like I was the type of person that would go out in a snowstorm. I would go out in a snowstorm just to be outside, okay? So that is what I lost. Like I lost the ability just to get up and go. I lost freedom to just really make decisions based on myself. Like now, as a mom, like you think about everything. As a parent, you think about everything like, well, how would this impact my child? Like this decision that I'm making, I'm going to this party. Should I be driving or should I be catching an Uber? So those are the type of things that you just mature, you grow up, and being a parent and being a mother forces you to do that, or should. Just to make more responsible decisions. So that's what I would say I lost. I lost the ability just to focus on myself, be selfish, be outside, and do different things. Some things that I gained and some perspective, and I guess like things about myself that I really never knew was I lacked confidence. I lacked voice. And I was talking to my mom and I talked to my therapist about this. Like, when I became a mom, I immediately went into a custody battle. Like, if for people that, don't know, I have been in a custody battle. It's coming to an end now. My daughter will be 8 July 2nd, and I'm currently still in one. So 8 years I've been in a custody battle. It started a few days after she was born. Her father filed against me. So, in this co-parenting relationship, it has been very toxic, very traumatic. My experience as a mom has been very traumatic. It has been more so survival than enjoying motherhood. And I'll get more into that later in the episode. But I first want to go into like when you are in a toxic relationship, no matter if it's friendship, no matter if it's within your family, no matter if it's romantic, no matter if it's co-parenting, you have to have a voice. You have to have a voice. You have to have boundaries. You have to love yourself. You have to respect yourself. Because in those toxic relationships, that's when you find out if you're on this side or if you're on that side. And for me, I was on the side of lack thereof. So I found out that I really didn't have a voice. And it has taken me years to figure out who took my voice, where had my voice gone. And it had to happen when I was really young. But I didn't stand up for myself. I wasn't standing up for myself in areas of, my relationships. I wasn't standing up for myself in the co-parenting relationship. I lacked boundaries. I was a people pleaser. I didn't want any conflict. I didn't like confrontation, healthy or non-healthy. I just didn't like it. I would avoid it. And becoming a mother it gave me power. If that makes sense. Yes, I had to give up freedom. I had to give up selfishness. I had to give up don't being immature, being irresponsible. But I gained power. I gained my voice. I gained the sense that I'm worthy. Going through the trauma that I have endured and becoming Nairobi's mom has given me the will to fight for what's right. It's given me the voice to voice my opinions. It's given me the confidence that, like, no, I matter. My daughter matters. My voice matters. My input matters. It has given me power that I never knew that I had. And me figuring out that I lack this power, it really explained so much in my life. It explained the toxic and horrible relationships that I've had, and why I ended the way I ended up. Why I was always the one that was being hurt and disrespected. It answered so many of my questions. I used to always say, why me? Why me? I'm so nice. I'm so pretty. I'm so nice. Like, I'm so lovable. I'm so easygoing. Yeah. Why me? Why would you want to hurt me? And then it becomes, why not me? Why not you, girl? You don't have boundaries. You don't love yourself enough to stand up for yourself. You are a people pleaser. That is a perfect combo for these type of people. They seek out. They seek you, people like me, out. Or the old me, rather. So becoming a mom, it made so much sense. But when I tell you, when I found out that I was pregnant, we named Nairobi Jelly Bean. I went with I had to go to a 5-week ultrasound, and she was jumping around in there like a jelly bean. So for 9 months, we called Nairobi Jelly Bean. We didn't name her. I didn't name her until she was born. But when I seen that ultrasound, I seen her jumping around in there, I made the decision. I'm worthy. She's worthy. She's worthy to have a mother that cares about herself. She deserves to have a mother that had a voice. She deserves a mother that was not a people pleaser, that stood on business. And that's when I made that decision. So yes, I did lose things. I did. Some of them needed to be lost. But she gave me so much more. She gave me encouragement. She gave me the will to truly live. It's amazing looking back on it. You know, my mom and I just had dinner, and she was like, you know, Maria, like, she gave you power, and that's the best word for it. So motherhood, it's not easy. Y'all, I don't even have the true words to explain like how sometimes hard motherhood is, but it's such a beauty about it. It's so interesting how something like life forming in your womb can give you so much power. And if you are a person like I was, that just wanted to please people, felt like their needs should be above yours, feel like you can be a punching bag for other people, that you had to take care of other people because God bless you. If you are that person and you are a mother or about to be a mother, tap into your womb, tap into the life that God blessed you with, and ask yourself, do you want your child to be like that? Do you want your child to look at you and see you treat other people better than you? And I'll tell you something, if you allow someone to treat you like that, you will allow someone to treat your child like that. And people are like, well, you know, I'll do this for myself, but I'll never let it happen to my child. Trust me, it will happen. It may not look the same, but it will happen. So I made a decision. I chose the power that God had blessed me with through birth and life. And I chose to find my voice. And here I am. I feel so emotional, y'all. I'm like holding back tears. But here I am. Here I am. If you knew those days, like, it was hard, because being a mom, even with the power that, you know, I felt like it was just given to me, right? And with the newfound voice, Even with all of that, it still was so hard, because it would be a perfect world if you could just tap into your power and you can tap into your voice and be like, oh, I ain't taking that no more. You're not going to talk to me like that no more. These are my boundaries. 1, 2, 3. You better do this or you're not going to be around me, so forth and so on. It doesn't happen that way. It has taken me years, and I'm still working on it, to find how to use my voice. When is it necessary? When is it not really necessary? How do you do it? How do you do it still with through a godly lens? Like, it is a work in progress. So as I was learning how to use that power, tap into that power, how I was learning what my voice sounds like and what is my voice, I had to learn that. So it was a lot of trial and error with me going through a very, very traumatic custody battle. And I have to say battle because that's exactly what it was. I found myself, you just become a mom, like it's like a period of processing it, like, oh crap, like, yo, like this really my kid, like, so I birthed you and I'm gonna take you home and I gotta care after you. So it's like a time of processing, like, what does it mean to me to be a mom, and what am I going to do, and like, what is it going to feel like to have to be up all night? Like, you think about all those type of things, and I didn't have time to process those things. I was on survival mode for many, many, many years. It's crazy. People ask me certain questions about like carrying my pregnancy and motherhood, like early motherhood stages, and well, I'm still in early motherhood stages, but I mean like infancy and like toddler, and I can't remember. And that's what trauma does. Like, if you've been through something traumatic in your life, you may find yourself that you no longer can remember it. Some of it is intentional. Like, you don't want to remember those things that made you not feel too good. But for me, it's like I felt like those stages of my motherhood experience was robbed. I was robbed of it. I can't tell you certain things. Most of the things that you would be really excited about for your child was robbed from me. And that's something that I will encourage a mom out there, that no matter if you're going through like more of a custody battle, or you're going through whatever you're going through with your motherhood experience, my recommendation is don't just survive. And I know that's hard. Black and brown women, it's in our blood to survive. We can go through the trenches and make it out on the other side looking fabulous. But that doesn't make that it's right. And it doesn't mean that it's healthy. So if I can give you any advice, and looking back on it, you have to stop surviving and live. You have to learn how to live and parent in the present. I remember literally driving myself. I felt like I was going crazy. I was so depleted. Life had beat me down. This custody battle had beat me down. I had nothing left. I was being an active mother every day, but was I present? No. I was just surviving. I was doing 1 + 1 = 2. But not sitting there to say, like, well, how did we get 1 + 1? Not seeing the process of it. Not seeing certain things with my daughter, because I was just trying to survive. I was just trying to fight for her. And one thing that I wish I would have done, but I done later on, probably like 5 or 6 years in, I gave it to God. I surrendered. And shout out to my girlfriend Brittany. She told me, she said, Maria, if I could give you any advice, don't give up 9 years of your life like I did. You have to surrender it. And when she told me that, I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, give up. You didn't give up anything. You was with your child. But now I know what she was talking about. I gave up so many years to fear, to anxiety, to trying to control every part of my life, every part of my daughter's life. And I gave it up. As a sense that I don't even remember those moments. I don't remember those precious moments of motherhood, because I was surviving. I was trying to get through day to day. I was trying to get up legal fees. I was trying to figure out how to co-parent. It was, and I regret it. I wish I would have surrendered it to God and only focused on the situations that I could control, that was within my realm of control. And now that she told me, thank you. Like, and it stuck with me. It stuck with me. Like, don't give it up. And I know our first instinct is to survive. It's in us. Our first instinct is just to get by. But we have to make a conscious decision to live. Live for your baby. Experience whatever you need to experience with your child. Give it to God. Wash your hands. Wash your hands and really mean it. Say, put it on a tray. God, I am doing what I am able to do, and I have to surrender the rest to you. When I finally did that, when I tell you literally I could feel a load lifted off of my shoulders, it felt so freeing, because at that point I literally had nothing else. All I had to stand on was faith. I literally had depleted myself. I could do nothing else except say, God, here you are. But if I would have only stood on my faith earlier, I would not have found myself just relying on survival so much. I would have been just relying on God and truly believing that God was going to make a way for me. It's already written. My story was already written, no matter if I worry, have anxiety, or not. So why not just surrender it? Not saying that you just can sit down and just not do the things that you need to do. Do it. Do the things that's within your control. But trying to control every situation, it's not healthy and it's not realistic. Some of those things are not for you. Some of those things are not your task. It's God's. And I just wish I would have heard Brittany's words earlier. And I wish I would have been able to tap into my own faith earlier. But it's God's timing. But I did give up years. I gave up years. And if I could give you any advice, I would definitely say that is, please surrender the things that you have no control over. And please try to live a little instead of just surviving, because though there are a lot of negative things to just surviving. So much trauma with just surviving. If you had a traumatic childhood with your parents, just believe that a lot of the time they were working off of survival and they were not working on, just trying to live in faith. I also learned that I needed faith. And I wasn't operating on faith. And I didn't know that. Like, I was just like, I got faith in God. He's going to take care of it. But I was just saying what everybody else would say. God going to take care of it. That's what people love saying that. God going to take care of it. But if you're not truly stepping on that in that way, if you're not really grounded in faith, that don't mean nothing. It really doesn't mean anything. So, that's what I learned about myself. And now, I am treating motherhood so differently. So yes, I lost some things, but some of those things, good riddance. See ya. Bye. I never want to see you again. I never want to see that version of myself. Never. Because I'm worthy. My daughter is worthy enough to have a mother that believes she's worthy. I wanted my daughter to see a woman that was human, but also was a strong woman and said, no, I'm going to have boundaries. No, you're going to respect me. No, I am going to go for everything that belongs to me. So from me becoming a mom, it gave me the will to fight. It gave me the will to live, but it also sparked other things in me. Here I am on a podcast that I created. Here I am, I'm a content creator. I am Maria Nairobi, period. I am in the most healthiest relationship romantically that I've ever been in my life. I did that. I survived just having a defibrillator installed. I survived a heart attack multiple times. I am worthy. And me becoming a mother reminded me of that. I remember just walking into rooms before I was a mom, and I literally would just like just dumb myself down. I would limit myself. I could feel myself just getting smaller and smaller so other people can feel like worthy or seen. And once I realized, like, I'm a mom now, I don't want my daughter to be like that, it changed my life. And yes, like when you find this power and find this voice, it's not going to be a walk in the park. It sounds like that the way I'm saying it, but no, it took years. It's still ongoing. Like I'm in therapy, still working on these things, but my life is so different in a great way. I've done more in my life in the last 8 years of being a mother than I've ever done. And that's after graduating from college and buying my first house and everything. This being a mom has given me the light that I didn't even know I needed. It literally just put that fire under me, like, oh, look what you did here. What else are you capable of? And, something I tell moms all the time is, you're so much more than a mom. And I'll leave on this note. I'll end with this note. It's so interesting how, we devote so much to motherhood. We devote so much to motherhood. And we almost give ourselves. Like, it reminds me of, if I can give, like, any example, it reminds me of, like, one of those, like, scary movies when, like, it's, like, an evil spirit and they're, like, sucking the soul out of the person. That's literally what motherhood feels like sometimes. And, at the end of the day, you literally feel like you're sitting on a couch. You probably washed clothes, cooked dinner, went to a parent-teacher conference, went to extracurricular activity, and you feel depleted. You literally feel like nothing is left. But I will tell you, yes, those days are inevitable. That's just a part of the job. But just remind yourself that you are so much more than a mom. And I know that it's hard, but you gotta leave some energy in for you. And I decided, when I was finding this voice and finding this power, right? I decided that I was going to still pursue my dreams. I wasn't going to let this custody battle. I wasn't going to let depression. I wasn't going to let the heavy load of being a mother take away from me. And in my head, the way I processed it, my perspective is, the more I go for my dreams, the better I become as a woman, the better I become as an entrepreneur, the better mom I will be. I show Nairobi day in and day out what it looks like to persevere, what it looks like to have bad days, what it looks like to keep stepping, what it looks like to fall. I show her every single day what that looks like. She will never say that, oh, my mom stopped my life when I was born. I don't like that. When I hear that, I feel so bad, because a mother deserves more than that. Because one day your daughter, your son is going to move on with their life, and what is left? Find the balance, because you deserve it. So I know I had like a lot of messages in this, and sometimes I just let God flow through me. Like, I pray before this and I just be like, God, I got these things, and I really didn't even go off of it. Y'all, I'm sweating and my scarf keep falling back. Thank God I got these miracle knots in, because if it was a wig, it would be off right now. And if I will take a wig off, but I'm not going to be taking my wig off during this podcast. I promise. But there's a lot of messages in this episode, but hopefully it resonates. Hopefully it resonates. Wash your hands when it's time. Surrender it to God when it's time. You can only control what you need to control. Know that you are not alone. If you're in that custody battle, you are not alone. If you're struggling with the job of a mother, you are not alone. Choose you, because ultimately, when you're choosing you and you're choosing to pursue your dream while still being a mom, you are choosing your child. They are watching you. And you're showing them that it could be done. And you love yourself enough that you're willing to do it. And you love them enough that you're willing to do it. So that is all that I have. Again, this is Maria, the host of She Knows Her Story podcast. I do have 2 episodes a month. My schedule is on my Instagram page, the official schedule for this season. It will be some changes. I'm moving some things around, and there may be some extra episodes as well. You can find this episode on Spotify and YouTube, and then there will be some clips on Instagram and YouTube as well, some shorts. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, I did collab with I Am Uniquely Made. She was my guest for last episode. Love my girl. I did collab with her, and I do have a giveaway coming up. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode. Choose you, mama. Bye.